might know her. She actually reached out to Raul. She's here on her own time. She wants to speak to what's going on here with Raul and everybody in California. Her name is Pat Washington. Yeah! So if you guys want to give her a welcome.
First of all, hi.
We would love to see you.
How are you? Everybody, it's time. You already know it. You're already working for it. You're already fighting for it. We can't stand another cut. And so it's not just about Raul. It's also about my uncle. My uncle who had Parkinson's disease for 15 years. And he was able to stay in the home with my aunt and get quality care from relatives day in and day out and in-home supportive services because we needed a government that works. And that's the only reason we should have government. The only reason government should exist. Government should exist for us to make sure that our families, our children, our communities have the resources that they need. And so it doesn't matter. It really absolutely does not matter who is behind the problems that we're facing. If they're an elected official, they're supposed to fight for us. They're supposed to work for us. Raul shouldn't have to be out here. He should be in school. He should be going to class. He should be doing the very things that we all want our citizens to do, making sure they are enjoying a quality of life that allows them to use their talents and use their energies to the best of their ability. When you have a government that's not making that possible, you have a government that does not work. And so what do we have that stands in between a government that doesn't work and Raul? We have unions. We've got to fight to protect our unions. We have got to fight to protect our labor unions because collectively we get more done than we do one by ourselves. Raul can't be alone in this fight. He's got all of you. But we also have to keep our eyes on the prize. We cannot let them decimate our unions. We also cannot allow them to come up with schemes that pretend to change or correct the problem when in fact they're making the problem worse. So let me just stand with Jim Miller and remind you that the governor's budget has to be scrapped. It has to be scrapped because it does not give more to the 99% or anybody else that we care about. It actually takes it away because of all those triggers and all those tricks. The Courage Campaign, that bill that they're trying to get, that ballot initiative they're trying to get on the ballot, we have to make sure it gets on the ballot, and it's the only one that gets on the ballot. That's the other thing. We can't have 4 or 5 different measures. We only have to have one good one. You care about Raul, you make sure that ballot initiative, the millionaire's tax, is the only one that gets on the ballot. Work your butts off. I'm trying to learn how not to curse. Work your butts off to make sure the Courage Campaign, make sure the millionaire's tax ballot initiative is the only one on the ballot for us to vote on. We've got to make sure that we do. Raul has a quote at the end of his message on his website, and it talks about, it's from Frederick Douglass, and it talks about the fact that people would do nothing if we, I mean, I'm paraphrasing very loosely, but people would do nothing if we let them get away with it. There's another quote from Frederick Douglass that I bet you would love just as much. Power concedes nothing without demand. Demand your asses off.